issue on corruption, this is my position on matters to do with corruption. The biggest problem with corruption in Kenya is when it becomes politicized. The biggest challenge we have is, and I've said this, there is one statement Willie Mutunga, our former Chief Justice, said, that for the time he was in office, the hotline, which normally is the line that the president uses to call people at a certain level, he said that hotline never rang. And not that it was faulty. Kibaki did not call anybody to do anything. He allowed the institutions to function. Right? My position in matters of fighting corruption is to make sure, as we have done under this administration, to make sure that the DPP has the software, the human resource, and the financial resources to discharge his responsibility. And so must be the courts. Today, the courts, and I said this in Bomas when we had this BBI thing, today we have a judiciary fund that has never been operationalized. And judiciary gets 40% of the money it is supposed to get for them to discharge their responsibility. The judiciary, in accordance with the law, is supposed to get 2.5% of our budget. They get less than 1%. And with a judiciary undermined that far, it becomes very difficult to fight corruption. Right? We put a lot of resources in the investigative agencies. My position is that the fight against corruption will succeed when we capacitate all the institutions charged with fighting corruption and we remove politics from it. As so long as there is a clear push that people are prosecuted politically in the name of corruption, we will never win the fight against corruption. And it is almost public knowledge today in Kenya that you can be as corrupt as you want so long as you have the right friends. As long as you are not a friend of William Ruto, you can be, as long as you don't associate with William Ruto, you can steal anything you want. Yeah? And it is so obvious that people will tell you today in Kenya that I have to be a friend of so-and-so so that I am not charged in court for corruption. Are we together? So the moment the people of Kenya are of the perception that the war against corruption is not about those who have stolen, it is about those who do not have friends in high office, then the war against corruption is lost. My position is that we need to eject politics out of the fight against corruption, and we need to support all the institutions charged with the fight against corruption, including oversight. Today, if you do not even have a properly functioning opposition, how do you hold government to account? You know? If all efforts are being made to recruit the opposition into government so that they shut up whenever wrong things are going on, that's going the complete wrong direction. That's why my position is we should have institutions, oversight institutions, whether it is the opposition, whether it is the committees in Parliament, whether it is the office of the DCI, the EACC, and the only instruction they should have is not from any politician, but from the law. That should be our position, and that is my position. On the issue of the health plan we have, I think you are 3-4 steps ahead of us.